Chelsea have won, drawn and lost in our opening phase of this year's Premier League campaign. And with this international break now upon us, after what feels like ages, it allows us some much needed time to reflect on where we are so far this season. After a massive amount of games, well, 3 games actually. Why there's an international break this early, nobody really knows. With that said, in our most recent fixture, we saw Chelsea struggle in the end to get even just a point as a defiant Crystal Palace fought for a well-deserved point to end a long and treacherous run of consecutive losses against us. Dean Henderson put in an arguably one of the greatest goalkeeping performances of our time. Outrageous stops to prevent Madueke and Nicholas Jackson, but for him, we would surely have seen a full 3 points. And yet another victory against the Eagles. Not only that, but we saw expert tackles left, right and centre. Hughes, magnificent, graceful creature. Kamada, great tackle after great tackle, all whilst avoiding a single yellow card with his just such expertly timed interceptions. Experts, the two of them, truly. But this is about Chelsea, so let's delve into 5 things that we learned from this matchup. Number 1, Chelsea struggled to allow Jarred Gillett to perform. Jarred is again one of the greats of our time in the officiating division, and quite frankly, our speed, our technicality, our slippery players just made it near on impossible for Jarred to keep up with the pace of play and for him to make the correct decisions. Is he to blame? I don't think so. I just don't think so. I think we are, for making his life harder than it needed to be. Drawing a foul after foul from Kamada. Was he even to blame, or was it the player's fault for being so goddamn fast? It's a debate for another time. Number 2, Chelsea still struggle to overcome adversity. In our first 3 games, we've conceded 5 goals. 2 against Man City, 2 against Wolves, and 1 against Crystal Palace. It's a concerning number. That said, with overcoming adversity, we've struggled in this game. We've struggled inevitably against City. But in our defence, we did overcome adversity in a very un-Chelsea way against Wolves. 2-2 at half-time, conceding right after scoring and right before the break. Old Chelsea would have crumbled unequivocally, undeniably. We would have crumbled under the pressure, just like that, without a doubt. But we saw a substitution coming into the second half. That substitution ended up assisting another substitute later in the game. However, and this goes on to my 3rd point and back and forth, and that is number 3, substitutions. Something we've struggled with for seasons now, especially at half-time. Now, against Wolves, like I said, we made a sub. It paid off. Then, a week later, against Palace, despite being a goal up, the momentum certainly was not in our favour. And with a couple of players booked, a few opportunities being made, no substitutions were made. João Felix, the first one to come on 5 minutes after the equaliser. But then it goes to shit, as it always does. When we concede, it tends to go tits up. Mudryk comes on when we need a goal. We really, really need a goal. We bring on Mykhailo Mudryk with 15 minutes to go. Again, on to point 2. We've been struggling to overcome opportunities seizing up. We bring on Mudryk and Nkunku festering, gathering dust on the bench until the 86th minute, which moves on to point 4, finishing our dinner, namely Nicholas Jackson Sure, Madueke had 2 huge chances, but we've discussed one of those. Dean Henderson pulled off one of the saves of our generation. But Jackson, who already scored, sure, a tap-in, mind. And again, got to be in the right place at the right time. But in the 90th minute, one-on-one with the keeper, with a chance to win it, a chance to seal all 3 points, a chance to shut John Obi Mikel up once and for all. Put all those Osimhen comparisons to bed. And once again, fumbles at the big moment. I love Jackson. I am glad we didn't get a replacement. I am backing Jackson to be the guy. But my God. My God. I can't. I can't be the only person who gets so frustrated that he can't seem to finish it. And he's come out and said, "Oh, I was tired. It was, you know, the pressure was on me. The keeper was coming out. It's, oh, shut up. Just finish your dinner. That's all you're there to do." To which we finish on 0.5. People need to give this time. I know you're probably thinking, Harry, it sounds like you're a little bit testy. It sounds like you're a little bit pissed off, a little bit underwhelmed with the performance. But if you can't see that there is obvious improvement, I don't know what you yourself are watching. Sure, there are issues still. There are definitely still some cracks in the system, but it is as entertaining, if not more entertaining, than what we put up with as of late. What we've seen as of late over the last few seasons. I've seen people say that we're boring under Maresca. I've seen people say, you know, they're calling for Maresca's head. They're calling for his job, for him to get sacked. The guy that he isn't the guy. It's been 3 games. 3 games. That's all it's been. Sure, we can look back at this in a few months' time and have a laugh and say, "Oh, Harry, what the fuck did you think? What were you thinking back then? How did you not see what we saw? How do you not look back on that and admit to how wrong you've been?" If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But I see, and I am confident, I have confidence that we are on an upward trajectory. Unlike other managers under Clearlake, I actually feel that we're moving in the right direction. Finally, as ever, only time will tell. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, it's... I don't know if the saying is that it's going to get worse before it gets better, but I'm sure we're going to see some outrageous results this season. Both good, but also very much bad. The Servette game, I don't think necessarily was too telling of the situation right now. It's obviously a strange sort of game, but if we lose to Astana or Noah, for the love of God, I expect better than that. Please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. Plenty of content coming up over the next week or two before the games commence once again. My name is Harry, up the Chelsea, and peace.